Well, let's continue our analysis of those associated with this magazine, a flagship of the secular movement here. Let's see, we've got the scientific and technical consultants. Like I said, there's a magician, there's an amateur scientist. Um, let's see now. There's more people from California. And the guerrilla skeptics schism. Remember what guerrilla is? It means you go undercover and pretend you're something else. So that's why the Free Thought Society and Skeptics and Society and Rationalist Response Squad and things like that. There's an anthropologist. Oh, Rutgers. That's where Thomas Nagel is teaching now. He used to be at um, uh, University of New York, NYU. Let's see, and there's a lot at SUNY, State University of New York, State University of New York, Buffalo. Massimo Pigliucci went to SUNY Stony Brook after he taught at University of North Carolina, University of Tennessee, Knoxville, where I met him. There's Hungarian University of Virginia. Sad, that's where I got my doctoral degree. It's a little secular place there too. There's some more Cali, California, Los Angeles, Iowa State. Oh, that's the school that denied tenure to Guillermo Gonzalez, a professor there, a doctorate degree holder, because of he was interviewed for the movie The Privileged Planet, which was showing in all national museums and observatories until they figured out that intelligent design was kind of the backdrop of it. And so he was denied tenure at Iowa State. I spoke there, and the Atheist Club came. There were like 30 of them. It was a real interesting time. There were 90 people altogether. Let's see, here's a guy who was a UFO skeptic. I'll bet he's skeptical about more than that. There's Sunni again. Sunni anthropologist, as I said. They're trained in belief in human evolution and accept it without much criticism or thought on the matter. And then many different other organizations in California. Of course, there are a lot of them. All over the place. Center for Inquiry, Rational Inquiry. When you hear those kinds of names, remember that's really a militant atheist club, a secularist group. Um, let's see, Rational Examiner, uh, proponents of rational inquiry and scientific methods, which I really wish that they would instead of doing passing off forensic science as empirical. Is science and reason. There you go. Oh yeah, they're a big group there. Had some tangle with them. Rational inquiry, rational thought. Just remember when you see these ought to make you realize these are the guerrilla names for really activist groups. And it sounds really nice, like something everyone would agree on, but they have an agenda that is much far more specific. And here you've got some different organizations in places, Austin, where they had to be on the Belief Conference, LA, of course, Michigan, where there's the strongest Midwest Creation Science Association is the oldest in the U.S. And let's see, San Francisco, of course, Canada, Toronto, the Ian Juby, creationist Ian Juby, famed for many of his things that he does, Genesis Moment, and also the Delk print research. Germany, of course, we have Joachim Scheven and where Werner Gitt in Germany and other creation scientists there. London, and with Paul Taylor and others. Let's see, from England and New Zealand, Creation Ministries International has an outpost there, and I've spoken in Lima, Peru, on two long-term engagements in the capital there. And Romania has Emil Silvestru, who is one of the world's greatest authorities on caves and is a creation scientist. Well, anyway, I thought I'd also include below here some things on Thomas Nagel and Eugenie Scott, who was also listed in this list as she's the executive director of this National Center for Science Education. Incorporated. And my wife and I have met her. And the quote that you see down below here was a quote from her talk at University of Cincinnati when we were there, and heard her say that so much percent of, like 75% of Americans identify themselves as Christians, and 30% of those identify themselves as born-again Christians. She said, well, now the rest of them we can deal with. It's those born-again Christians. They're the problems. And she went on to say, and I was shocked to hear her say it, as though she knew it. I don't know if she was being sarcastic or not, but she said, now the born-again Christians, they're the ones that have Jesus Christ living in their hearts. They're the problem. And I went, problem here. And so my wife and I got a chance to talk with her after her presentation, learn a little bit more about how the mind works that could say those kinds of things. And, well, I would not have ye ignorant, my brethren, says Paul, of the devil's devices. We don't want to be taken by surprise by that roaring lion that walks about, wandering about, seeking whom he may devour. I don't want you to may be devoured. So keep thinking and praying. God bless. Dr. J.